Good day and welcome to Tommy's Holiday. On my recent 3-day trip to Acadia National Park, I was able to take in a morning boat ride in the Gulf of Maine to see lighthouses. A hike up the cliff of Beech Mountain, a difficult and beautiful climb. A relaxing stroll around Eagle Lake on the carriage roads with beautiful views. Rounding off the trip with a hike on the Schoodic Peninsula. Let's get going. A boat tour of lighthouses. I'm on the Islander, which was booked through Acadian Boat Tours in Bar Harbor. Can I come aboard?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I found a spot up front to get a great view.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today?
Great!
Yes, I saw some hands in the air. My name is Nicole. I'm going to be your naturalist and guide today on our trip out to Petite Manan.
A map of the sea voyage to the lighthouses is found in the cabin, and looks like it'll be about 4 hours to see all the lighthouses as we travel through the Gulf of Maine.
It was low tide a little bit ago. The tide's currently rising. High tide will be about noon, 12:30. So early this morning, that sandbar was fully exposed. Saw a bunch of people walking across it. You can walk right over to Bar Island. That sandbar is just off of Carriage Street. Bar Island has a very short little trail, takes you down along the length of the island, has a little summit marker, which is really just a pile of rocks and a stick. If you go off the trail a little bit, you can explore some of the very old farmhouse foundations that still exist on the island. All the way on the right, that highest peak way up there, that is Cadillac Mountain. Tallest mountain on the eastern seaboard, over 1,500 feet tall. First place in the United States to see the sunrise at certain times of the year. Right now, actually, we are crossing the deepest part of Frenchman's Bay. So a little bit of geography. We are on the Atlantic Ocean. We zoom in a little bit. We're in the Gulf of Maine, between Nova Scotia and Cape Cod, down in Massachusetts. Zoom in a little bit more. This is Frenchman's Bay, the body of water just east of Mount Desert Island, between the opposite shoreline. This is our first lighthouse of the trip. Captain Caitlin is going to turn the boat so both sides should get a nice view. Decommissioned, it was put on auction, where it sold for a whopping $500 period. Even in 1933, that is dirt cheap. Another notable resident of Winter Harbor Light was the author William C. Holden III. He came into possession of this lighthouse, put nearly $250,000 into it, refurbished it, updated it, actually gave it electricity, running water, added that second story addition, turned it from really a kind of remote offshore lighthouse to a kind of luxury vacation home. This side of the island, there are many rocky shoals, sandy beaches, razor bills out on the water as well. They're slightly larger than puffins. They are all black on the top, white on the bottom. Their head is all black as well. They have a very thick bill that is also all black, with a little white stripe where they get their name. There are researchers that live out here from April to September. Their job is to count all the bird nests, count how many eggs are in the nest. Not only the puffins and the razorbills, but also the bird species. There are a couple of terns you might see out here today. Terns are going to be kind of small, delicate, white birds. We'll often see them flying, not so much in the water. They kind of look like they're made of paper when they fly. They have a very delicate way of flapping their wings.
Hello folks, this is Amber on the microphone now. As we come into view of our final lighthouse, this is Egg Rock Lighthouse. So there's a lot of different wildlife that we will see here. Namely, we have a resident population of harbor seals that hang out here that we'll hopefully get to spy a bunch of today. Now before it became automated, it was built back in Ulysses S. Grant's administration, 1875, and it was a manned lighthouse.
The morning lighthouse boat tour was windy and fun. It's spring, and I'm heading over to the south side of the park to Beech Mountain for a hike to the summit and great views of Echo Lake.
Well, as I'm walking back to the Echo Lake beach parking, I can't help but think about the beautiful views from up above at Beech Mountain and the cliffs as I climbed up. That was a very difficult cliff hike up, four ladders, but awesome views.
The Echo Lake Beach has a restroom and dressing room for the swimmers. The water is a bit cold, but the lake is absolutely gorgeous. This trail begins as a beautiful walk through the forest, and then it gets a bit rocky. The Echo Lake overlook is on the cliff, and a nice perch for a view.
Heading to the overlook.
Off to the summit and a few hazards to navigate. Up and over or limbo under. But there are great views as one peeks through the trees. And then the ladders to the summit. And 4. To Echo Lake. The lake views at the summit are spectacular and worth the hike up. The Summit Loop Trail is a short walk in the trees with nice views from the cliffs. From the summit, the path down to Echo Lake is a gentle walk through the forest and across granite slabs. A rocky yet fun pathway to scramble over, and then through a meadow on log planks before reaching a small rocky creek making its way to Echo Lake. This was a beautiful day of great views from the cliffs of Beech Mountain. It was a bit difficult climbing the cliff face, but just a wonderful day exploring. For a beautiful and relaxing walk, try the carriage roads along Eagle Lake. This walk is full of awesome views of the lake as one walks through the tree-covered gravel roads. Watch for bike riders along this walking journey. Just a short walk in, there is Eagle Lake, clear and still. Just beautiful for a relaxing walk around the lake. The carriage road surrounds the lake and is about a 2-hour walk. Quicker on a bike. Take your time and stop along the lake to enjoy this beautiful day. Watch for the signs along the lake as they point one to other locations in the park, which will be good for another day. On this walk around the lake, one finds trails to other ponds in the park. It's all very close, and a walk in the trees may be just what is needed.
Well, just crossing the Bubbles Trail now.
I can't stop thinking about all the wonderful tree-lined carriage roads and the beautiful views of Eagle Lake on this 2-hour walk. This was definitely a relaxing adventure. Before I leave Acadia National Park on this 3-day adventure, I'd like to see the Schoodic Peninsula and its rugged beauty. This portion of the park is a bit more primitive. I found a parking area to explore the rugged coastline of this peninsula before my hike. This trail will take me to the top of Schoodic Head for a scenic view.
This is a very rugged hike. A lot of bouldering. The overlook.
It was a wonderful morning hike on Schoodic Peninsula for some scenic views. This was a beautiful 3-day trip in Acadia. Thanks for watching Tommy's Holiday.